Yes, guys, I'm here with Mean Dean Gardner ahead of his big title shot. How are we feeling, champ?
Very well, mate. Very well. Everything's gone too well almost. Weight's good, firing on all cylinders, and just ready to go on Saturday night now.
I mean, before we talk too much about your fight, mate, I want to discuss how hard it is getting hold of you, because I've been trying to tie you down now for an interview for a little bit of time.
We've been speaking for a while, haven't we? We've been speaking for a while,
And a lot's happened for both of us. I mean, you obviously, we'll touch on it in a minute, and lost at Southern Area, contentious. Also, two friends of ours was about to fight. I was offered bets from your friend. So there's been quite a lot to get through. So we'll start with, you've been busy at the moment. You have been busy. I respect that. I did want to get you on before your Southern Area shot. If you want to discuss that and talk about what happened with that.
Well, listen, it's no secret. I've been very vocal about it on social media and in and around the area as well, because we're from the same circle, me and Aaron. And it was listen, I believe I won the fight. I will never stop saying I won that fight. And people in the area who was there that night, because it wasn't televised, they know who won that fight. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, and let that define my career. I just want to make it right. I do believe that I will be given that chance at some point.
Do you want to make it right with him or make it right for the title?
I want to make it right for the title and for the story. I think both our stories can't end without having a rematch, because I think we are the dance partners that everyone wants to see.
So after that, then, what was it like for you? Because obviously, as I say, we was talking. I stepped back because I didn't want to keep chasing you.
Of course, which I respect, by the way.
I could see through social media you kind of took a step back from everything. So what was life like in the aftermath of that?
Listen, taking a loss, such a big loss like that, is hard. But I've always said that I've always done my life the hard way anyway. Anyone that knows my circle of friends that follow me to all my fights and have known me since school, they all know I haven't had the easiest road, and losing a title fight is just a small bump for me. I got right back on the horse, right back in the gym with Al, Johnny and the others, and we got right back to work, and that's why I'm in this position I'm in now. I took another 50-50 fight in my comeback fight against Southpaw. I think he was 4-1 Southpaw, and I beat him, and now I'm in the position I'm in now.
I mean, I've seen a couple of your fights, and you are an intense fighter. I mean, you did offer for me and you to have a scrap. At one point, I thought, I'm all good with that. What's the game plan coming into this fight for you now? Are you still going to maintain your style, or have you changed anything now since you come off of the loss?
Listen, I am what I am, and my opponent Butler, he is what he is as well. And I think it's no secret our fight's going to catch fire very, very early. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm this box mover, like flash guy. I'm not. And without giving too much away, we're gonna get the win on Saturday night. Let's not.
We can talk about this afterwards. So how's camp been for you then?
Perfect. I mean, camp comes with it. It comes with its challenges, obviously Southpaw sparring and stuff like that. But we got the good sparring in. Alec is. There's no one in boxing worth knowing that Al don't know, so he's able to sort all that out, get everything going, and this couldn't have gone better. I want to shout out my nutritionist Liam as well, working with Liam.
Shout out whoever you want. I think you've got a snazzy new hat.
Oh well, listen, this is me and my brother's business venture, which I will talk about at the end. But Liam Williams smashed it with the diet plan and stuff like that. He's a good fellow.
I mean, to be honest, I follow him on Instagram, and I think a lot of the small hall fighters now have moved over to using him, and he seems to be smashing it.
He's a very good guy, man. Very good guy. Keeps you nice and calm as well, even when things aren't going the way they should. He'll keep you calm and he'll get things on the right track.
So, how long have you been working with Liam?
We did the Southern Area title fight. We briefly worked together for the last one as well. He's in my team now, so it's every fight he's there somewhere. So
So now that you've got a nutritionist, how different has that been for you in camp now? Obviously, I'm assuming before you was working through the gym and your own.
Well, I did have a nutritionist before, but like working with Liam, who has tons of experience with fighters and stuff, he just changed the game a little bit. It's. I feel like in this game, as you progress, investing in yourself and investing in your career is things like nutrition, things like your boxing gear, your equipment, your investing in yourself becomes the forefront of your career and how far you can go. So
well, I mean, it's, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's take you back then to the beginning. Why boxing?
So funny story. So originally, I come from Taekwondo. So as a kid, I had like 50 odd Taekwondo fights, quite at a high level as well, like won a few gold medals, competitions and stuff. That's when I was living in Thailand. Okay. And after that, the obvious next choice, living in Thailand, is Muay Thai. Yeah. So I dabbled in Muay Thai, kickboxing.
Don't ask me to say that because I struggle with it.
Muay Thai. Call it Thai boxing then, for the phalanx. Any Thai boxers watching this interview, for the phalanx. Call it Thai boxing, but I kept injuring my foot. Like so basically I drifted from combat sports for a bit, and I kept training and stuff like that all through my teens, but played a bit of rugby as well. But then I started working the doors, got myself in a bit of trouble, unfortunately. And then my brother come to me, and my brother's like, look, like, let's get back into combat sports and let's get you focused. And my brother Thai boxing since he was a kid as well, and he's a coach now, trains juniors at Chonburi Muay Thai. Going to give them a shout out.
Shout out your brother as well.
Yeah, shout out my brother Adam Gardner, Charlie Gardner, my nephew, very good Thai boxer, him. So he was doing his thing. So he was like, let's get you back into combat sports, get you focused, because he knew I was always talented. Yeah. And then I kept injuring my foot every kickboxing bout, skills bout I had. So I was like, so I wanted to go into mixed martial arts. Yeah, I wanted to go into mixed martial arts because that was popping at the time, and I thought
UFC and all.
And Nathaniel Wood was at the gym I was training at.
Okay.
And he's now a good friend of mine, and I was looking up to him at the time. It's no secret. I was like, he's on the UFC. That's so cool. Yeah. I want that.
Oh, mate, anyone would be buzzing, innit?
Oh, mate, buzzing. You surround yourself with people like that, and I thought, that's
told everyone you knew him, didn't you?
Oh, mate, 100%. I did. And then we got invited to his birthday party one time. I was like, that's a flex. That's a flex.
Everyone knew you was coming to that party.
100%. But
I mentioned to you that I'm going to his party.
Kind of weird though, the MMA boys, like, they started double legging each other on the dance floor and that. Me and Danny Connors on the side, like, us boxers with our boxing shoes and
this
that.
Might not be the party for me. You do shadow boxing, like every boxer, innit? A few drinks, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But so I kept injuring my foot, so I said to myself, let me work on my boxing for a bit. It's a part of MMA. A lot of MMA fighters work on their boxing. And then I caught the bug, like, sort of instantly, and like obviously my hero has always been Manny Pacquiao and Nonito Donaire, the Filipino heritage. I love those guys. The Mexican fights, Julio Cesar Chavez, that's where my style kind of comes from. And like once I had a couple unlicensed fights and stopped them all, and I was like, you know what, this is where it's at. COVID hit, wasn't doing anything other than posting all my training on social media, running every day and that. That's where Danny Connors comes in, finds me on social media, messages me saying, like, come on, let's do something with all this.
He's a funny guy, Danny Connors.
He's a funny bloke, isn't he?
He was meant to fight a friend of mine, Michael Chunky Devine. They've had a few scraps before in the pro game. On an influencer thing, but during that time, obviously become apparent that we both had friends on opposite sides. Obviously, we had a bit of banter going back and forth.
Yes.
And then Danny, one day I got a message from him and it was like, I bet you 500 quid I beat your pal. And I was like, but I'm not that invested, mate. Do you know what I mean?
That's classic Danny. Because if you said no, he would have been like, oh, you don't believe in your boy, then he's got something.
He done all that. I was like, mate, I'm not that invested. like, believe me, I thought my pal was going to win 100%, but at the end of the day, I don't want to lose half. Do you know what I mean? Half a bag on that, like.
And at the end of the day, like, Danny's a good boxer, man. Danny's a good boxer, mate. It's a 50-50 fight, and it's a shame he never went ahead.
Yeah, but he's now fighting Tyler Goodjohn, which is
another good fight, man. Another good fight. Tyler Goodjohn done his thing in BKB.
I'm not friends with Tyler, so like we don't.
So you're on our team now. You come in our corner.
I don't know if I can go. I'll have to speak to Chunky and check what team I'm allowed on first. But so let's go back now into you. You done the unlicensed? Did you go into the amateurs after that, or?
So the board brought in a new rule. So training here with Alec, we were planning to go to the board once the COVID all levelled out. But they brought a new rule that said you have to have amateur fights. So I had to go and have like 6-7 amateur fights.
Is it 5 fights or something?
It's 5 fights a rule. I think I had 6 or 5 or 7 a while back. Well, a while back, but like I had a few amateurs, and then they eventually accepted my license.
What was the amateurs like for you? Because from watching your style, I can imagine it probably wasn't
You know what I didn't like is because I was doing like 3 rounds sparring here and 4s and 6s and stuff like that. Like the pace was just sprint and just throw as many punches, and I like doing that over long distances.
Yeah.
But where it's a short distance, like the other person can be just as fit as you.
Yeah.
Whereas like I like to like have a good engine and you know what I mean, the longer marathon type fights.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, it was an experience that I'm very grateful for, and I think it's a good rule that the board have brought in because it separates the serious guys from the unserious guys.
I mean, you say that, but then you've got the likes of Fabio Wardley and that now, like
who's gone on to do his thing. Yeah, so maybe they should look at it and.
I think I'm not sure, but I think if you've had a certain number of unlicensed or white collar fights, you don't have to do as many amateur. Don't quote me on that, but I believe someone's told me that. They could be lying to me, to be fair.
Could be. Yeah.
But yes, obviously, then you've gone to turn over pro. What was the reasoning behind turning pro?
From a kid, I've always wanted to be a pro fighter, man.
Yeah.
Life got in the way.
Pacquiao up on the wall,
oh, mate, like it's just the label of being a professional fighter is just cool. It's just cool. Yeah. That's some people's world title, and it was mine for a long time. But
mate, like I say, what you guys have to go through. Like a lot of people will turn up on the night. I spoke to many boxers on the night. They turn up, they have a few drinks at York Hall. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know, you do 6, 8 rounds, whatever it is at the time. And they were like, oh, you're so brave, you're so tough. And you're like, the hardest part is the 8 to 10 weeks building up to that.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not, like, without sounding crazy, like, that's probably the highlight of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't enjoy the night, the lights, the walking out, and you don't get that buzz, there's no point doing it.
Yeah.
But if you can endure a 10, 8-week training camp and get through the financial strain of, you know, no one pays for me to drive up here every day. I'm not coming here and earning money. I have to go and do my one-to-ones to earn money just to survive and just to keep this dream going.
So is that what you're doing at the moment?
I do like boxing one-to-ones and stuff to fit it around training, because obviously if I had a normal 9 to 5, I wouldn't be able to be here right now and get ready for it.
So you've kind of had to put part of your life on hold progressively, like as So how old are you now?
29 now, just turned 29.
So I imagine a lot of your friends now are looking at buying houses,
getting
married, and
you
know, you're turning up here at whatever time or going for a run at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you know, scraping by somewhat because, you know,
it's survival because you love it. It's not survival, and it's not survival for like, I'm going to be a millionaire one day, because that is like 5% of fighters anyway.
But everyone assumes if you're a pro boxer, you're minted.
You're minted, but they don't understand.
Like, I paid 50 quid for a ticket, and you're like, mate, I'm getting £10 out of that.
if that.
Do you know what I mean? Or like, I'm getting 25, 30 quid, but I have to pay the geezer. The geezer opposite me, who I'm fighting, is getting paid more than me for this fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Especially when you're in the building stages. But that's why, like, you got to shout out. I got to shout out all my sponsors that do support me. I'll shout them out at the end, like individually.
Do I need to do a separate interview for the? Sponsors?
Definitely not. But like, without sponsorship, it's virtually impossible. I'm actually going to say it's virtually impossible, because there's no one backing you, no one supporting you, and boxing can get dark and lonely at times, and the only people that can dig you out are your sponsors. Yeah. Because, you know, it's bad. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, but like men's suicide rates are high. Yeah. They're very high, and I reckon a large percentage of that is to do with financial strain, because a lot of men are the breadwinners in the house and stuff like that. Financial strain is massive, and you know, boxing, you're literally throwing yourself head first into financial strain. So sponsors are literally the lifeblood of boxers.
And how difficult is it to even get a sponsor? Because I mean, I'm pretty certain there's not like a page online where you can click on and fill out a form.
Do you know what?
Like, we've got these 10 companies in your local area are all going to give you £700.
Yeah, mate. Listen. I've been lucky to meet the sponsors that I do have at the moment. They're great guys. Tony from Ashton Mechanic has been pinnacle in my career. Like,
especially
anytime
keeping that car running.
But the thing is, keeping a car running is my travel. Yeah. So without the travel, I can't get to training, and I can't then do my one-to-ones, drive in to do my one-to-ones. Like, that sponsor, and since meeting him, and he's now one of my best friends as well. So like, he's like family. It's literally pivotal. And then Luke Jackson, who's paid my brain scan every year since turning pro, introduced by Danny Connor, amazing geezer. And then you've got my two best friends from school since I was proper young, Adam Lowe from A Plus Properties and Jason Blore from J Plum. He's a plumber. Again, this is the team though, you know, and this team is we're all driving.
You waited till the end of the interview to name all of them.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, it just come out. I felt like I had to at the time.
It's all right. So let's talk. Obviously, you've now turned over pro. I always like to ask the pros what that first night, the build up that day. You get up in the morning, you know, like knowing you're about to have your first pro fight. The difference between that and an amateur or an unlicensed fight must be immense.
Yeah. So the amateur fight is kind of like get out, which I did like actually. Because it's like you go, you fight, you get out, you go home and chill out. Yeah. So it was nice. I did enjoy that. But the unlicensed scene, you felt like a pro. When I had my pro debut, it felt like the unlicensed scene. So I boxed on the Queensbury Boxing League back when it was run by Ross Minter. Yeah. And Ross Minter, like he definitely gave it some credibility. Because obviously he was an established pro English champion, son of Alan Minter. Yeah. So he did give it some credibility, made the shows like run like a pro show. So I had that experience going into it. But yeah, the pro debut was just magical. It's just what you dream of as a kid. Like I sold 130 tickets as well.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be at the first one.
Everyone wants to be at the first one. Yeah.
The easiest fight to sell is the first one.
But it's a night I always remember, man. Like, and that's where you catch the bug because there's nothing on earth that will replace the feeling of having your loved ones see 10 weeks of hard work and getting your hand raised and everyone being there at the same time.
It's hard to explain that feeling, getting your hand raised.
It really is.
If you've never, and on any level, like for me, I've done unlicensed, and when you win, like it's an amazing feeling. Like
it is indeed, yeah.
But I mean, as a pro, it must be after everything, like because what a lot of people don't see is when you turn over pro. As much as you've got a lot of people going, oh yeah, like you're going to be, look, I'll be all respectful. 95 to 98% of boxers that turn over pro are never going to be world elite level. They're never going to be earning hundreds of thousands to millions. No. So a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, you're going to do it, you're going to do it, champ. But then you've got a lot of people who be like, oh fuck you, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What's the point? Do you know what I mean? He's not even going to win an English title or something. So to have that first fight, do you know what I mean? You're on the road now. Like, must have been an amazing buzz.
It is indeed, and it was hard to get there as well. Like, obviously, I talked about the financial strain, but at the very start, I had no sponsors, so paying for the medicals and stuff like that, like it was difficult. But we got there in the end, like just struggling through, scraping by, and getting your hand raised at the end of it is kind of like the achievement moment.
You forget everyone's like, you know, you spent all this money, like, oh yeah, that,
I won. Let's not talk about the money, but I won.
Who cares? Who cares?
It literally is that.
After the first one or two fights, like obviously, how was ticket sales going then? Because like I said, I know everyone wants to be at the first one or two, or when you're winning, but I know early on you lost to Jordan Granham. Like, did you notice a dip in ticket sales after that? Like, or
to be honest, not really, because like. My support again, like made up a lot of like friends that I've known since I was a kid. My friends from high school, obviously my family all come and support me as well. But like my boys have been so loyal to me, from unlicensed to the amateurs, to anything. I could go and do a spelling bee. In the spelling going, I don't know, and they would come and scream,
are you putting that out there? Right, Dean's calling anyone out for a spelling bee.
If anyone wants to challenge me to a spelling bee, let's go. But yeah, no, they literally would just follow me anywhere, because those are my...
That's called stalking, mate.
Well, they can, they have done, and I love those boys, man. Honestly, I love those boys, and that's why it's always been like, ticket sales are always a strain. It's always a shame, because you're selling these tickets, but you don't know if you're going to make those fees up at the end. Yeah. You go, you're training for this fight, you're doing all this work, you don't know. But again, I've been bailed out by my sponsors numerous times. Specifically, Ashton Mechanic, Tony from Ashton Mechanic has bailed me out loads of times, helping me get these fees over the line. Yeah. So like, that's what I mean by it's impossible, because they are your lifeline. Yeah. If things don't go well, they'll help you. But yeah, shout out to my boys from school making up the Mean Bean chant as well.
Tony, if you want to sponsor a podcast, hit me up, mate. I'm down. So yeah, obviously you lost to Jordan Granham. What was that like after that? I mean, but to be fair, I interviewed Steve Goodwin, and he told me that one of the best boxers he's ever worked with was Jordan Granham, but he struggled to sell tickets. And yes, his record doesn't, isn't one that you'd think was amazing, but I've seen him fight on many occasions, and he's a very, very, very good fighter. And when he's in the mood, like, he would be a handful for some very high-level boxers.
Listen, By the way, me and him are friends. Like, we see each other in the gym. He's a lovely, lovely geezer.
He's a great guy.
And my loss to him has aged like very well. The reason being, one, that fight was at super middleweight, and I'm now super lightweight.
Yeah.
Two, mate, like, he's all over YouTube now, getting loads of views for his story as a journeyman. But like, people are now starting to realise, hang on, this is a very talented man.
Like, mate, he's like, everyone speaks highly of him in boxing.
100%.
If you speak to anyone in boxing, they all speak very highly of him. He's a very, very good fighter.
Yeah, he is a very good fighter. And listen, like, again, I don't care about losses on my record.
Yeah.
Because for me, those are scratches on the metal for my story. And
decent way to put it.
No, but it is, and I'm gonna take my lumps and bumps, because that's how my life has always been. But by the end of it, I know I'm gonna look back and be proud of myself.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
You've got a lot to be proud of so far, and I mean,
appreciate it,
to be fair, sometimes getting a loss early on and allowing yourself to build, like, from that, you can learn things. Isn't always a bad thing. Like, there's a lot of fighters out there who had losses early in their career, and they're now multiple world champions. And
100%.
So let's move along a bit further now. So we talked about Aaron. Let's have a little chat now about this fight coming up.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So obviously, like, we've been chasing the Southern Area rematch, but we're gonna have. I wanted to box for a title.
Is he avoiding you like you avoided me?
Yeah. I don't know if it's avoidance. I'm not gonna, because boxing politics gets in the way of everything, as you know. I don't know if we'll call it avoidance. I don't know if we'll call it politics. I just know I wanted the fight, and the fight didn't happen. Hasn't happened yet. We'll put it that way. Will it happen in the future? I believe so, because, as I said before, I believe we are dance partners.
For an English title, maybe.
Let's hope English title. Yeah, let's hope. But I needed to get a fight for July, ideally. The Warrens, we heard that they had a really big show, which is the one that I'm on.
Yeah.
So Alex, Steve, they worked together, and we managed to put this fight together. Shout out to Sonny Warren, who handled a lot of this. He got me the fight, and I'm going to pay massive respects as well to Joseph Butler, because for stepping up, taking the fight, and me and him are going to have a wicked fight, man. Like, he's a come forward, aggressive southpaw. I'm a come forward, aggressive orthodox. It's just going to catch fire.
It's all about who gets that lead foot.
It might be about a lead foot, but we might just square up and swing, because that's in his personality, and that's in mine. So,
well, it's going to be an explosive night, Dean.
Very much so, yeah.
Honestly, mate, I wish you all the best. It's been a pleasure. I mean, it's been worth the wait.
Very worth the wait, man.
If you want to shout out to any of your sponsors or to anyone.
Yeah, just I've obviously shouted out my sponsor already, but I want to give a shout out to my brother and me's business venture, which is CC Custom Combat. Please keep an eye on my fight shorts, because they're an absolute masterpiece. My brother spent about 10 hours making these fight shorts. They are unbelievable. Okay, so this top here, this hat, it's all part of our merch at CC Custom Combat. So I just want to give them a quick shout out as well.
And then one last thing, if you could give any advice to a young fighter starting their journey now, what would you give to them?
Advice to young fighters. Do you know what? Knowing what I know now, I'd be a bit more skeptical about turning pro. Wow. That's the honest belief. Knowing what I know now, I'd be a bit like,
I understand.
Maybe I should do something else.
From the outside, I've seen, like, it's a place. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it is a place.
It's a place, and it's not what a lot of people think when they watch Sky Sports and see Anthony Joshua fighting. There's
100%. So what I would say to a young fighter coming through, and if they're like, I want to turn pro, I want to do all this and that, I'd explain to them that it is a very dark road at times, and it's very lonely. But if you are prepared to go there and back and still keep wanting to do it, then it's the sport and business for you. I'm going to call it business as well, because the business side of things,
it is a business.
That is the part that ruins the sport, in my opinion.
But it's also the part that makes the sport in some ways.
Exactly. It's the part of the sport that makes it worthwhile as well. So it's hard.
It's like having a beautiful woman.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, mate.
Exactly that.
Last thing before I let you go, I just want your prediction for Saturday night.
Getting my hand raised.
Yeah.
In an unbelievable scrap.
My man. All the best, brother. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Thank